Hello, welcome to Paul's Take, and this is my take on. Hello, welcome to Paul's Take, and this is my take on SpaceX and alien stuff. All right, so first thing in the news that was really exciting was SpaceX. They have launched their 100th Falcon 9 rocket, or rocket, and now they're up to the Falcon 9. So that's a pretty impressive start. I think their first rocket was sent out in 2006, I believe. Hey Google, when was SpaceX first rocket launch? Hey Google, when was SpaceX's first launch? First launch was 2008. See here. Okay, yeah. Oh no, 2009. Wait, what did I say? 2008, September 28th, 2008. And now they're up to 100. Pretty impressive, I gotta say. I don't really know much about these rockets. I know they're really nice looking, and they're all like, these ones are unmanned. He's got the manned one though. He just sent a couple of crew into space. You know that though. I'm gonna tell you about that. I was really impressed because I know they have what they have called a heavy lifting rocket that they're working on. They haven't perfected yet. That's the one that's gonna send the what do they call it? Spaceship One? No, Spaceship Enterprise? No, I don't know. It's the one that's supposed to go to Mars. It's called a Starship. The Starship, something like that. Anyhow, so this heavy lifter is supposed to lift that whole spaceship into orbit. It gets refilled, and then they go to Mars and stuff. But as of right now, even this one they have now, the Falcon 9, right, which is their smaller one, but still is crazy impressive. I didn't realize how much these things can lift into space. In my mind, I always vision the capsules. They get the little guys in a little tiny triangle capsule on the very top of the rocket, and they have this giant ship underneath them, and then it just launches all that power, all that fuel to get people into space. So just a little capsule. So that's always been my vision of cargo, would be people on the top of a spaceship. But in this case, because really when you think about that little capsule, that's got to be only a few hundred pounds, right? It could be, you got a couple people in there, maybe 4, 3, and then you got the ship itself. So we'll say maybe a couple thousand pounds. But I'm way off. So these new rockets, like this Falcon 9, can lift, check this out, 34,380 pounds. That's only cargo. That's like, how many cars is that? Like 8 cars? Big cars? Actually, that could take about, Scion TC, I think that weighs about 3,000. So about, what's that? 11 cars? Whoa. 11 Scions, is that right? Yeah, about 11 Scion TCs. And that's not even the heavy lifting rocket. That's a lot of Scions. That's pretty crazy if you think about it. See, 10 cars. They just a rocket just sent it right into space. Very impressive. So that's pretty cool. Good for them. It seemed like that Falcon is a pretty reliable rocket. I keep seeing them trying to launch that big heavy lifter though, and it keeps imploding. Maybe it's too big. Maybe they should stick to the Falcon 9 size rockets and just like strap maybe 10 of them together and just launch that sucker up. They could carry a bunch of, think of the payload if they strapped about 10 of those together. with some really good duct tape. Just, have them lined up or just stack them, wrap them, put their cargo on top, and just launch that sucker. I'm sure they thought of that. There's probably some good reason not to do that, but these rockets do seem pretty reliable. All right, anyways, so that's our portion for the Falcon 9 SpaceX rockets. Go Tesla. There's a Tesla. Go SpaceX. Go Elon Musk. Next on our list is this here. Is UFOs. So there's this really cool show on what is that? It's on Amazon Prime. I was just watching this over the weekend. It's pretty neat. It's about UFOs and stuff and aliens and all this disclosure and all these high-ranking people that say, hey, there's aliens. They had some really good stories. Most of them I heard before. And one I was about to talk about before, but I totally forgot. I forgot it. I just forgot. So I'm going to bring it up now. And there was one incident I never even heard of before, but they both sound very legit in a sense where the one, they're all nuclear related. Nuclear related. One was, I'll tell you the one that I heard before, and I think it is more well known, so we'll go with that one. We'll go with that one first. So this one was basically there's these nuclear missile silos, right? And apparently there was a bunch of them, and they were scattered around a certain area. I don't remember where they were though. I'm not good with details. I'm sorry. I want to say it happened like in 1965 or so, 63, 68, somewhere around there. That's what I want to say. I think it was. And there was a few. Let's just say 6 for just to say. Because I don't remember how many it was exactly, but I know it was more than one, more than 2. It was definitely like 6 to 8 of them. And there's, I guess, this area where they had them, right? And it's spread out because they didn't want somebody to attack this particular location and knock out all the nuclear weapons at once. So they spread them out. So that way, if you hit one, you're not going to hit another. Makes sense, right? Logically. So they had these, say, a group of 8. We'll go 8 this time, maybe 10 next. So they had these silos in the ground. It's like this, but in the ground, right? And then what happened was they were just basically another day at the office. And then there was a ship comes down over one of the silos. And the guards are like, hey, dude, what the heck is that? So they call up everybody. Like, what's going on? What is that thing? There's a spaceship hovering over the silo. Panic. No. What in the world do we do? Who do you call? I don't know. Men in Black. Call Elliot. Or somebody. Call somebody. So they call whoever. And then all of a sudden, the power goes out. Or else the power didn't go out. The warheads, the missiles, they went offline. All of them at once went offline. So basically, you couldn't do anything with them. They were just like dead in the water. But the weird thing was, they said that all of them none of them were like connected to the same power source. They all had their own power source in case one gets wiped out or something gets disconnected, the other ones will still work. They all had their own computer system. They weren't interwired or interlinked. They weren't using the same processors. They were just like back in the 60s. They didn't really have much computers. So basically it was put the key in, turn, launch goes off. So it was very simple technology. And they weren't connected. They weren't connected in any way. They were all independent. And they all went dead. Just like that. and the aliens did it. Then they came back online. So I guess they were just trying to make a point. Look at suckers. Don't mess with nukes. Don't do it. Nukes are dangerous. Nukes will destroy the world. We need that world. We need you people alive. You guys are supposed to be our slaves for later, so don't kill yourself. I think that also, I said this before in a different show, if you happen to watch the other one, but if you haven't, I'll repeat it. The aliens are trying to protect us from the giant evil empire that's cruising the Milky Way. That's right, there's an evil Milky Way empire that can cruise around the galaxy at a drop of a hat. As easy as you taking your car from one mall to the next mall, one town to the next. They can jump in your interstellar giant motherships and come here and wipe us out. So what the good aliens or alien friends are trying to do, or alien gatekeepers, foster parents, something like that. They're watching over us. You're like, dude, keep it on a down low. You don't want to be part of the galaxy politics. You don't want to be if they realize that you're getting too far involved, they will come for you. You'll become a threat, and they will regulate your everything. You'll be under their control. You don't want to be under their control. So when you shoot off a nuclear weapon, it sends out a signal all the way through space, all through the galaxy. So we've got to keep that on the down low. Plus, we don't want to get destroyed ourselves. We don't want to do that. Nuclear annihilation. Just be nice. Come by throw sticks and stones. They may break bones, but nukes will destroy the planet. All right. So we covered that. Let's go with the next one. So the last one that we're going to talk about today, the last alien encounter, is one I never heard before. This is new. It was new to me, right? So there was probably around the same time. A lot of things happened in the 60s, apparently. Wasn't Eisenhower in office in the 60s? Maybe. So Eisenhower was in office, supposedly, at one point. And he basically met with aliens, right? He met with the aliens. They had an alien meeting with the Nordic aliens, basically tall, pale, white guys, white girls. They look like us. Maybe they are us from a different planet or dimension, or who knows, time, place. Anyway, they look like us, but they're like totally Aryan, supposedly. So they met with Eisenhower, and they try to make some agreements, negotiations, not to use nuclear weapons, to stop doing nuclear testing. Stop it. Leave it alone. But there was no deal. Eisenhower said, "No, we really can't do that. We need to continue this process. We're in a Cold War here. We can't just stop making nukes. What are you, crazy? Give us some ray guns. Maybe we'll think about it." Well, anyways, there was supposed to be some negotiating, so maybe we did get something out of it. I haven't heard that, though. What we got out of it, I don't know. Maybe satellite television. Who knows? Anyways, that's not the second encounter. That one you all heard of before. I heard that one before as well. I heard more details, but all right. So the second encounter was when this also involves the nuclear warhead, sort of. So they had this really big rocket. It was a 3-stage intercontinental rocket that was supposed to launch from the United States, and then it's supposed to go into space and then come down and nuke whoever you want to get nuked. And it was a 3-stage rocket. I don't know if all rockets are, I guess I don't know. I don't know if they are that way now or what, but in this case, the details was it was a three-stage rocket, and it's designed to carry a nuke on the top, or the warhead. But they were testing it, so there was not a real nuke on the top. It was a dummy nuke, right? Some fireworks or something. So they launch. Okay, so here's the story. So basically, here's these guys, right? They were hired to film the event. So I guess they filmed lots of them or something. But these guys had these really cool brand new cameras that were super, telephoto lens or something. So they were basically on the ground and they were tracking it all the way as it got into space. And so the guy films it. So he films it the whole thing. He films it. It departs perfect. Separates stage one perfect. Separates the second stage perfect. So now the third stage is out there. It's floating through space. It's still like accelerating or something. And so he's recording it, and he just followed it. And at this point, you probably don't see very much. So then they brought it. So they took the film and got it developed. And then apparently the guys that filmed it didn't develop it. They sent it out to whoever does, to Photomax or something to get it developed. Photomax of the government. So they get it developed, and then somebody, the big shots that received the film in the end go to the photographer, the guy that filmed it. And they're like, did you play back this video? He said, no, well, I filmed it, but I didn't watch it back. I didn't get a chance to, developed it and sent it to you guys. So you don't know, did you see anything weird on this video? And this guy basically was sworn to secrecy, but he broke his silence to go tell us what really happened. So he's like, not really. I mean, did a great job, took off, saw the separations, stage one, stage two, stage three. It looked great. We got pretty far. You didn't noticing on the third stage? Is it it's still 12 minutes into the flight? No, really. I mean, so you didn't view the tape, the videos, the film? He's like, no, I checked the video to make sure it looked like it caught something. So I didn't really, I didn't see it, I didn't blow it up or anything. Well, you need to play this back. So they played it back. Of course, back then it was like projectors, I guess. So they played it back on the big screen, right? And then they were able to zoom it in. And he says, you didn't notice this? And then they zoomed in considerably, and they're like, what the heck is that? So what they saw was after the last stage rocket was flying, it's like flying, all of a sudden, this would appear to be a flying saucer. Yeah, they said they even saw the shape of it. It looked like a flying saucer, and the dome part of it, like a typical of your idea of a flying saucer. And so it's like, imagine this rocket at this point is going really freaking fast. It's supposed to like fly to another country and blow it up. This is a third stage, so it's at full speed. I don't know what the speed was, but it was crazy fast. So this UFO comes to the rocket. He like follows it, gets to it, starts zapping it with some light. Some light came off of it. Caught up to it, some light came off of it, and starts tagging it. Then it flies around to the other side, starts tagging it with light. It's like laser beams. And he flies to the third location and starts zapping it with laser beams, and the thing explodes, right? He's like, you didn't notice that? And he's like, nah, I couldn't tell. It's too far away. I didn't even see it. So he's like, well. So the guy's like, what is that? And then, of course, the men in black's like, well, what do you think it is? Looks like a UFO to me. He's like, no. It looks like it never happened to you. don't ever say or speak of this ever again in your entire life, or we will take all your tacos and kill yourself. You will commit suicide. Trust me. We know Hillary Clinton. Oh, burn. Politico. Politic. So I don't know if you heard that one. That was new to me. And yeah, that's pretty crazy. They were telling at the speed. I don't know how fast it was going. I tried to look it up again to get some details, but I couldn't find it. Again, in the show, I believe, like I said, it was on Amazon Prime, and I believe it was called. So I think I looked it up. Let's see here. Did I find it? No. Amazon. Maybe UFO TV. Something like that. UFO. But it was, I don't know. This one has 3 stars. The other one had it was 4.5 stars. So maybe there's more than one series or something or show. But I believe it was called UFO TV. I don't know. I just saw it, so you could probably find it. Maybe I could find it again. I don't know, UFO. Disclosure. Documentary? Which one is it? There's so many. So many had bad reviews, though. This one had really good. That's why is it this one? I don't know. I don't think it's that one. That one, I don't think I paid for that one. Yeah, maybe I'll try to look it up and I'll put it in the comment box. Or not comments, but in the description of the video. I don't know. I don't know which one it is. All right. What's going on? What else is going on in the world? A lot of things. We're in the middle of a crazy election cycle. This is insane with this election, and then we have election coronavirus, and we have election rioting. And I say that because it's got this feeling that after the election, there will be no more COVID-19. It'll just somehow disappear, just fade away in the media. That's what I think. And then, I mean, I don't want to seem insensitive. I know a lot of people are going through they're angry about the civil rights stuff going on. But just to be frank, between you and me, I mean, there's been injustice in shootings, wrongful shootings forever. And not to say that it was ever right. It was never right. It was always wrong. But all of a sudden, right before the election, within months before the election, now all of a sudden, they're really mad about it. They're always mad about it before, and there'll be like some riots and stuff. But now they're really just destroying the whole country over the civil rights stuff. And like I said, I know there's a lot of good people out there. They're generally upset. I mean, everybody's upset about it, but are protesting in the right way for the right reasons. And then there's these people that infiltrate the protesters that are funding protesting, or like just kind of push the whole thing. So just to make Trump look bad. I know it's jacked up. And I just hope, because like I said, no matter it happened, the wrongful shootings and stuff, and all the things that they're being discussed now, it's been going on with Obama, with Bush, with Clinton. It's just been going on forever. And yeah, granted, maybe this was the straw that broke the camel's back, and then also the fact that nobody likes Trump anyways. So, but I got a feeling after the election, if Trump loses, which I doubt, then it'll all be good with Biden. But you shouldn't vote for him. You shouldn't vote for Biden because you're afraid of the violence. Because basically, to me, that's giving into terrorism. I'm specifically talking about the violence, right, and the looting. That's terrorism. They're terrorizing people, scaring people to get to get what they want. Well, as the United States historically don't give in to terrorism, and I feel like if you're voting for Biden because you're afraid of the terrorism, you're giving in to terrorism. You shouldn't do it. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you like Biden, you think he's the best person for the office. If you're Democrat and you like what they stand for, hey, by all means, I totally understand. You should vote for Biden. But if you're like, say, a Republican or independent or something, and you're afraid to vote for Trump because of the terrorist, then you're not American. Don't let terrorists decide your vote. You decide on who you think is the best person for the job and that stands up for the issues that you believe in, right? Right. Because we're Americans. We're tough like that. Historically, we've been tough anyways. I think we still are. What else is going on in the world? Let's see here. Where's the news? Did I pull up any news today? Did I not? Can't believe it. No news for today. Let's see. News. What's today's news? Google News. It's a good source for news, I think. Portland Mayor extricates Trump. It's you who created the hate. Portland Mayor tells Trump to support us or stay the heck out of the way. Let's see. New poll shows RNC didn't help Trump's approval ratings. I heard it did. That's weird. That's on Vox.com. I don't know if that's just who they are. I heard there was a Trump bump. But, you really can't trust media one way or another. It's so jacked up. Well, how can you trust, like, say, Bloomberg, per se? Bloomberg. How can you trust Bloomberg News when Bloomberg himself was running for president? So he's Democratic. So it's not going to be impartial. And apparently, isn't CNN owned by, what's his name? I'm too tired to think of his name. Soros, something. So that's not going to be impartial. Partial. The only person that's partial is me. I'm not getting money from anybody. Nobody owns me. But I'm no expert, so make up your own mind. You decide for yourself. You're a smart person. You're not a sheep. You're a person. You're strong. You think. You question everything. That's what I like about you. And that's what you like about me. I'm sure. You're that or my cool head. And my sleepy eyes. Yeah. I'm glad Biden finally said something about the protesters, though, because he wasn't for a long time. And it's funny because I feel like almost, it seems weird because I know only like 2 people are watching my show, but I will bring something up, and I swear the next day or two, it comes out on, of course, they didn't say that they got it from me, but they must be watching me, because I said that I would like to see the Democrats, Biden, basically condemn the protest violence, not the protest, the violence and the looting. And sure enough, he did, like the next day. And I was like, whoa, dude, no way. I told you so when you did it. It's awesome. All right, it's late. I'm delirious. Let's call this a day. Let's wrap this up. Thanks for watching Paul's Take. You guys are the best. Appreciate you supporting the channel by hitting that little like button, thumbs up, and hitting subscribe. And like I said, I'll be here every night at 12:30 midnight. And we will talk conspiracy or other interesting things. So like I said, if you haven't hit subscribe, please do so. And thanks for watching Paul's Take. And yeah, by all means, give me some ideas in the comment box. I really always appreciate. Might not use them because, truthfully, it's kind of weird because I'm not going to lie to you. I enjoy doing the show, but I also enjoy getting paid. So if the subject matter is too controversial, which I would really like to get into, they won't monetize the channel. They won't monetize that video. So I got to keep it like kind of on the friendly side, the kind of rated G side. Not that crazy. I can't get as extreme as I would like to, you know. So, but you understand. So that's why a lot of times I'll get suggestions and I will not run it because it's too controversial. I like it. I just like the suggestions, but unfortunately, they're too controversial. Thanks for watching Paul's Take.